Naked Heart Revolution is the go-to podcast for high-achieving individuals seeking to transform their relationships and life. Hosted by Jenny Bingham, an intimacy reset coach. Each episode explores emotional reconnection, personal growth, or business insight through expert guests sharing real stories and strategies. Whether you want to deepen your connection with your partner or elevate your business, this podcast delivers the tools and mindset shifts needed for lasting change. Subscribe to join the community focused on intentional healing and empowerment. And here, Dr. Anil Gupta, the Love Doctor. I am really happy that you accepted to come and chat with me about your experiences and why you decided to come into this domain. So, what can you share with us?
November 2008. I'd lost everything in the stock market, real estate. I was at a Tony private event.
Tony Robbins.
Tony Robbins private event in Miami. And they had the smartest investors there. They had very well-known investors, but it was too late by then. And I remember going up to my bedroom in the hotel and telling my wife, I thought I probably need to tell her. She's going to find out. And I said, honey, something really bad has happened. And she said, what is it? I said, I've lost everything, the car, the house, the school funds, everything. And she looked up at me, Jenny, and she smiled. And I thought, what's wrong with you? Are you nuts? Why are you smiling? She said, honey, I knew something was wrong. You've been behaving very strangely. I thought you had cancer. I thought you were dying. I don't care about the money. I was shocked. And then she said, you haven't lost everything. You still have me. You still have the kids. We'll sleep in the streets if we have to. That changed everything, Jenny. And with the avatar of the listener here, you may be going through something similar. Things haven't been working out, but when you have a supportive partner, all sorts of beautiful things will happen. From there, I started doing events. 5 people, 10, 20, 50, 100, 500, eventually 10,000 people. Wrote a bestseller book, actually written 3 bestseller books. TEDx, Fox News, Sky TV, ABC, NBC, iHeartRadio, Harvard. Met with Dalai Lama, Richard Branson, presidents of countries. And this is really to show you that when you have someone behind you, next to you, supporting you, you can achieve so much in such a small amount of time. So there's hope for you yet.
Wow. You said such a small amount of time, so it was about 5 years or something, that type of small amount of time, or?
So it's been 18 years, but a lot of the work was done before COVID.
Oh.
So I would say 7-8 there was a 7-8 year escalation. And then it builds on itself, and the compounding effect of that is huge. If you think about the impact that you want to make on the planet, it's much easier than you think.
Okay. So you said that when you had all this financial breakdown, and then you told your wife, but she was so supportive. Now, could you give us some examples of how your relationship was just supporting before that, and then after that? Did it change dramatically, or did a little bit same?
My identity changed. Before that, my identity was around money, and then I stopped using instead of being broke, I became a billionaire, and I can explain to the listeners and the audience how to do that. It's very simple. Stop using the US currency and start using the currency of love, friendship, camaraderie, kindness, loyalty, trust. And you too can become billionaires. I'm working on becoming a trillionaire. And the way I'm doing that is because of one sentence. That one sentence is, Be so amazing that you cannot be ignored. And if you are ignored, it doesn't matter, because how you show up will be the best version of you. So every day I'm showing up the best version of me, every single day. And the compounding effect of that is huge. If you decide today, I'm going to be the best version of me, your life will completely change. The people's lives around you will completely change.
Well, okay. And please share with us a little bit more of the fact that Love Doctor. Now, is that strictly for being the best version of you, or are there different section of that?
Well, then I started doing events, um, live events, and I did a lot of interventions. I do some forgiveness work, letting go, creating a new life, communication, role play. And I was a member of many masterminds, and people would say all around the same time, let's see what the love doctor has to say. And that's what they were calling me. So in 3 or 4 different masterminds, all exactly the same time, I thought I kind of liked that, so I adopted it, and it's been amazing.
Okay. See, the first time I heard love doctor, I was thinking, okay, so a love between a father and child, or a love between a couple, or a love between um, just family members. What is your group of people?
It's all of the things you mentioned, but basically, this is what I do. I remove the obstacles that are preventing you from having uh, immense amounts of love in your life. It's
Oh,
as simple as that.
okay. Are you able to share with us like an example so we have a better understanding?
Yeah, so one of the most important things I do is forgiveness. You see, forgiveness is the express pathway to freedom. The quality of your life is dependent upon the depth and authenticity of the forgiveness you extend to others and to yourself. By you letting go, it doesn't mean the other person is winning. I did an intervention the other day, and the lady said, 1,000 pounds of weight has just lifted off my shoulders. It's an amazing experience.
Oh, okay. Now I'm going to steer this conversation a little bit in different direction. Yourself as a person, because you're doing all these talks and you're so busy, what do you do to relax? What do you do for fun? Or are you able to do that since you're helping out so many groups and having all these presentations?
I play pickleball every morning from 6 a.m. to 9 a.m., 7 days a week.
Who could keep up with you then? Or are you rotating the partners?
It's a group. There's about 30 or 40 different players. We round robin, and I love it. And this is something that couples need to know. You've got to do something by yourself and something that you love. You don't have to do everything with your partner. Don't do that. Do something that's strictly for you. You have your own set of friends. You have your own set of jokes. You have your own set of conversations. It's your private time.
Oh, I see some couples who, let's say one person works at home and the other one goes to work, come back, goes to work, come back. Would you say that counts as having their private time? Or is it?
Not really. It helps, not really, but it's not curated. They have to go to work and they have to come home, but they're not doing something specifically for their own benefit. It could be go play golf, play pickleball, play tennis, play whatever it is. And Jenny, the problem arises when the person who's going away to work retires and then they stay at home. That causes problems because the person living at home has their domain and then there's an invasion of their domain. So that causes a lot of problems.
Mm, I've seen that before. It's almost like they're so used to them being gone. And like you said, it's their domain. They don't know what to do, how to really connect as they once did at the beginning. Hmm. So, what about when people are so used to each other. And that's a question that comes up to me. So I wonder, have you ever encountered that situation? People are so used to each other, they could practically predict each other's next movement or reaction or words, and then they kind of become bored with it or not surprised with that. Have you encountered that, and what are a couple of things that you would suggest for them?
So, they get comfortable, and they get comfortable about being comfortable. So they become almost flatmates, so to speak. So, this happens a lot, and this is what I coached them, and I said, when you first met each other, when you first started dating, what is it you used to do that you've stopped doing? What would happen if you did that for your partner? How would they feel? How would you feel? What's something that you could do that would make her feel amazing? What's something you could do that would make him feel something amazing? And then ask your partner, be very simple. What could I do to make you excited about being with me? What's one thing I could change? And it's such a simple question, but we don't ask it. One day I would always leave the toilet seat up, and I thought it was funny, and my wife didn't think it was funny. Then one day she said this to me, Anil, every time you leave the toilet seat up, I can't love you as much as I want to. I thought that's a bit strong. And I thought about it, and I thought, no, she's right. So sometimes we don't look after our partners the way they need to be looked after. And it could be the smallest thing. So recently I fractured my left wrist. I couldn't put toothpaste on my toothbrush. So every morning my wife would put toothpaste on my toothbrush and leave it out for me. It's a small thing, but it's a big thing.
Yeah, we don't realize of how these little gestures would actually make a grand difference. One of the things I talk with the individuals or couples is, hey, if you went in the middle of the day, just out of the blue, said, I miss you, or I'm thinking about you. Those little things. And if, let's say, for example, they say, oh yeah, I got another message. The surround's like, what? You got that? Oh, I haven't had something like that for years.